Hi, welcome to Chapter 4 of the Rodeo Management System demo. In this chapter, we will be showing you how to manage members, the member database, and the membership type settings. In order to be added to a rodeo, that is, in order to enter an event in a rodeo, a person must first be a member in the association member database. Let's go have a look at the demo here, and let's go to Members, Manage Members, to have a look at the member database. So this is a list of all of the members in the account. This list can be sorted by first name, last name, by the association number, by their rookie status, by whether they have paid their membership, whether they have completed their waiver as well. So you can sort by any of those column headings. Now we also have a number of buttons right here up at the top. So add a new member to the database, that's pretty obvious. We can filter the member list, so we'll do a quick example of that. So let's choose to see all the senior boys who are unpaid. That is, their membership is not currently paid. So if we click Set Filters, it will show us that there is one member on this list who has not yet paid their membership. Their membership is current as of last year, but not current as of this season. So once we've seen what we want to see there, we can simply clear the filters. Now we can also click these other buttons here, which allow us to do some bulk edits or to edit some of the fields, some of these columns a little easier. So the paid date is, of course, the membership paid date. The waiver date is this next column. And there is an ability to bulk edit divisions. Most associations are not using divisions, but it works the same as these others. And we'll just do a quick example. So if we click on this, now these are all editable fields, and we can change and update them directly without having to edit and submit each individual member. So let's have a look now at all of our options on the left edge of the table here. So you can see we can edit a member, we can copy a member, and we can view the profile. So let's first look at editing a member. So this member, as you can see, all of the fields available here, name, first name, last name, email. If you enter anything in the password field here, it will reset the password to that. If you leave it blank, it just ignores it. You can obviously select their membership type, and we'll be talking about membership types shortly. You can also edit their contact information here. So let's just do some of that. Let's just fix the spelling of this particular city. As you can see, there's further information on phone numbers. If we're using divisions, it would show up here. Their birth date, and of course, having the birth date in the system is relevant for some associations if that is being used to filter who's eligible to enter some events and that type of thing. Gender is not always required, but if it is being used to be the criteria of all-around lists and that type of thing, all-around standings, then yes, it is needed. You can enter some other additional information here, such as jacket size. Some associations will record the member's jacket size in here. And of course, most of the information shown in this form is also available to the member to manage. The social security number, or in Canada, the social insurance number, can be stored. When the number is entered here, it is encrypted before it's stored in the database, so it is safe there. Here's the membership paid date, and that is an important field, as most associations will not allow a member to enter a rodeo, and the entry form will actually prevent them from entering if their membership is not current to this season. Some use the waiver signed date as well. You can mark a member suspended or not suspended. There are some sponsorship management things here. If your association needs to use those, then we can certainly help you out. Email notifications, so a member can actually opt out of email notifications. The default is that they will receive all email notifications. And you can add some notes specific to this member if that is the case. So let's submit those changes. And we will see here now that for Roberta, we have updated the city Dundurn to the proper spelling. So we can also do a copy of a member, and where this would be useful is if, say, Roberta has a younger sister or another sibling that you want to add to the rodeo database, and a lot of the information is the same. So let's copy this, and let's put in Emma as the sister name. Perhaps the email is the parent's email, and it stays the same. Password can be set here, as I said, if needed. Now, the association number, if we leave this blank, then it will simply generate a new member number for this person. Let's change the membership type here. Let's say this is a younger sister. And as you can see, it has contact information already filled in. Let's leave that as is. And for a birth date, let's go. That would be too young. Let's go something like that. And as I said, it's a sister. And if any of this information was being tracked as well, let's enter today as the membership paid date, and we will simply copy this for the waiver as well. And obviously new member would not be suspended, and here is the default opting in to receive emails. So we submit that, and we will now see Emma in the list, and it has created the new member number for her. So another thing that can be done is you can actually look at a member's at their own profile, and we'll just take a look at this one here. If you click the view for view profile, this will load up their profile, and this is the same view that the member has. They can edit their own profile as well. So what you see here is all of their contact information, their waiver status, their membership status. They can upload an image of themselves as their member image, and this member image could be used for other purposes as well. Could be used for ID cards and that type of thing. So any image they want to put there. We also have the ability to upload a proof of age image here. So if your association requires a birth certificate or driver's license as some sort of proof of age document, that can be added here, and we'll this is how the members would do it. We'll look at how the admin side would do it as well. It will show if there are any fines that this member owes, and we'll be covering managing fines shortly. It has their earnings report, so of course the member can see this and how much they've paid for various fees throughout the season, and if they've won any money, and then a summary of which rodeos and which events they've entered, how many times they have entered each one of these events this season, and a little more detailed breakdown of their winnings so far this season. So all of that is available to the admin to view, and again, they're viewing the same thing that the member is viewing. The addition here is that on the admin side, you simply click a button to return back to the full member list here. So let's look at adding a new member. to the database. So we'll just make up some people here, or make up a person. Obviously, I'm putting in some information already here. Let's put in one of my test email accounts. We could enter a password here, and obviously it would save that password, so we'll just put something in there. It will generate a member number for us, so we don't need to do that. Let's put this person in as a senior girl, and we will add a street here. We'll give them my address, and we'll just put some fake phone information in here, and a birth date of, let's go with 2008, like that. And we'll leave the rest of this information. We'll put in a membership paid date of today, and again copy that over to the waiver sign date. Now, some of the fields in here are required in order to set up a new member. If you don't, and primarily it's name and email type information and a member type. The rest of this information is somewhat optional, but obviously the more information you have in here, the more you have available for use when you need it. And then we would submit a new member, and there's this new member, and there's their new member number. And as you can see, this person was 101. This new person had the next number in sequence assigned to them. So I did mention a little while ago the ability to upload images for the member's profile image or their proof of age image. All we would do to do something like that is simply go to edit, and then we would scroll down past the form, and you will see these other sections here where we can upload an image to use, and we will simply choose a file. So pick the image file that you want to upload, and then click upload a new image. Same thing would happen. You can do for uploading a proof of age image. Choose a file, pick the file, and upload that image. If the images that are loaded to that profile are no longer needed, you can simply delete the image. This would be for the profile image, and this would be for that proof of age image. So let's now have a look at the member types. As you can see, we have senior boy, junior girl, senior girl. There will be a junior boy somewhere in here. Let's have a look at how we manage those. So we'll go to members, member types, and fees. And so in order to add a membership type to a member, obviously they must be in here first. And as you can see, we have our list of the membership types shown by name here. The amount is the annual membership fee. This is simply the order in which they will display on the registration form. You can add a description here if needed to help people understand which membership type they should be selecting. There are some other columns here with some optional settings, and we will have a look at that as we edit the junior boy membership type. Now, in order to make the changes here, as for just about everything else in the RMS, you simply make changes to the form and then save. So we will correct the spelling here of junior boy, assuming the rest of this is as we want it. Now let's have a look at some of these other options. So this do not display public. If we check this, it means that only the admin has the ability to add this membership type. which would obviously be a very specific use, and it would not be available when a new member is registering. This would exclude that membership type from accumulating standings and being shown in the standings. So that would typically be a rodeo association that is importing a list or is including a list of co-sanctioned members who would not be eligible for standings. In most cases, your typical membership types would be, so we would leave that as unchecked. You can also choose to exclude them from results. So this type of member would not receive any payouts. If they were to place high enough in an event, this would, for whatever rules the association has, this would not pay them any money. We have a number prefix that we can add. So if we were to put in a prefix such as WA, then for this membership type, every time a new member is added, there will be a prefix of WA added in front of the number. So the number suffix is often used as a quick reference or a way for an association to add some type of designation to a member, such as their status or their current status type. So we will wipe that out because we don't need that. And then max rodeos allowed. This is used, say, for special membership types such as a permit or a local, where that membership, the member number and that membership type are only allowed to enter a specific number of rodeos, whether that's one rodeo or two rodeos or whatever that limit may be according to the association rules. And then in some cases, if it's, say, a permit membership type, they may allow that member to enter two rodeos, usually at a lower membership fee. And quite often that member is excluded from standings. So you would set up a permit similar to that. And you can also choose to allow the member to renew their permit membership, but they would be paying that membership fee again. And that would allow them to keep that same member number. It would reset the rodeos allowed, it would reset the number of rodeos that they can enter going forward to 0 again until they reach this limit again. So we'll just blank these out here, and then any changes, simply click change or click save, and we have corrected the spelling here. Let's have a quick look at managing fines under members manage fines. So here we have a list of some members who have been assigned fines in the past, and what you'll see is name and their member number and the rodeo to which that when that fine was assigned, description of the fine, the amount, the date that was posted. If they have paid their fine, which they can pay online if you are allowing online payments, then we can see that that will update when they pay it online, or when you edit it, you can show that they have paid. There is a special fine type called fee only, and if the charge is marked as a fee only, they still owe the money, but they're allowed to enter rodeos. While as if they have an unpaid fine, the system will actually prevent them. It will not allow them to enter a rodeo. If we have someone here who has not paid their fine yet, you can click the send reminder button, and it will provide a prepared email statement as well as a link for them to go and pay their fine online. And that just sends from your email, and you can add any information to that email message as you would like. And if the list is getting long and you need to delete people who have paid, you would simply click the delete link here, and it would delete that fine from the system. So let's have a look at editing this one here. Same information is here. It shows member information, which rodeo, a description, the amount of the fine. Now, if this member has perhaps contacted the office directly or paid by cash, we can enter that information in here and enter the date paid, and submit that change. So that now shows up as being a paid fine, and they would be permitted to enter the rodeo. Here again is that fee only. Let's have a quick look, and all it is they owe $100, and the fee only checkbox is checked here, and that would allow them to continue to enter the rodeo, but they do still owe this money, and so it's on the books as an amount that they do need to pay. So another feature that we like to have a look at here is the ability to generate a member list to a CSV or a comma separated values file. So this is just the ability to export a member list and to decide what you want to include in it. This is a file that you can then save on your computer. Perhaps you're sending it to another association or using for whatever purposes you need. So some of the settings here are you can choose to export everybody, or you can choose to only export those members that are not marked as exclude membership types, which we were looking at just a little earlier in the chapter. You can set a start date and an end date, and what this is this is based on the membership paid date. So if you want to look at everybody who has, if you want to export a list of everybody, let's do this properly, who has paid their membership within this current year, then you would set it up as that. By default, it's going to include all of this information. And then you can also select some other fields here that you wish to include in the export. And then you would just click the export list, and it will generate a CSV file which you can download. So that covers Chapter 4 on managing members. Our next chapter is going to be Chapter 5, where we will talk about the different ways that entries are added to the rodeo management system. We will see you at Chapter 5.